going on, everybody? Welcome to
We
yet
can't.
an
Well, we don't know what you got going on.
You were
Your screen
literally
is black,
completely
sir.
black
Why,
now.
Jay?
it's I don't know. Am I back?
Neither do
Oh
I.
my god.
No.
Nope, you're still
No.
Nope. Turn the light on in your truck,
Well-
Jason.
Well, hey everyone,
Am I
welcome to
back?
the Horns Forward podcast on this gracious
No.
Monday night after a W. How you
Victory
guys
Monday.
That's right. That's right.
feeling? Jay, I will
Victory
ask how you
celebration
feeling. I
before
can't see your
anybody
facial
here.
expression.
Oh yeah, hit it, pop it. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm obviously
Cheers
I'm
to
on
Victory
location
Monday.
because that's what I do.
You
So,
on location,
just
all right. Yeah.
He's in the basement.
imagine I'm
He in the
here.
basement.
Well,
He
hey.
in the basement.
Everything was perfectly fine till you showed up, DJ.
Oh, blame
So-
you. Boo-boo. Everybody else is working fine.
Oh, but I'm sure if I turned your camera off, mine would pop back up. So, like, you can keep taking shots or
All right, turn
whatever.
my
Jackie,
camera
can
on.
you load
Let's
up
see.
my cartoon pic by any chance?
Oh my gosh.
It's all right. We're doing everybody a favor by not, just having a black screen for you.
Log out and
Yeah,
log
Jay in
back
the
in.
basement.
Look, while Jay figures it out,
You don't
I
got
want
no
to start
service.
off. I want to start off with our podcast today with the special ticket event because I want to make sure the QR code is listed up here during the entire show. So this coming game against Arlington, we are supporting our friends at the Down Syndrome Association of South Texas. So with every $5 of ticket purchases are going to go back to the organization, but that's if you're using that QR code over there in your BD, that QR code. And we are going to have a special guest from there that's going to be singing the national anthem as well. So if you don't have your single tickets, you have friends or family that you want to invite, please use that link over there. So that $5 of every ticket, so there you go, goes back. Oh, hello. Goes back to it goes back to the Down Syndrome Association of South Texas. So buy your tickets there for your friends and family.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Really.
That's
Yeah.
Once again, great organization, a great way to raise money for them, and pack the dome up for a great game.
round two. Round
Absolutely.
two.
Yep.
Round 2. That's right.
But before we even get into all that, we got to talk about this dub we just did.
Oh,
We do.
man.
We definitely do.
Jay, you got your finger up. What's up?
Well, no, I was just going to say, I mean, this is an important game. So just because we won and St. Louis lost and DC lost does not mean we're in the clear, right? We have to keep playing and we have to keep playing hard. So this game with Arlington, which many might believe is going to be a cakewalk, mathematically, Arlington is still in contention for a playoff spot because nothing has been buttoned up yet, So we need to take this
they're
game just
eliminated.
as seriously. Well, there's a way it could be done. It's real. Well, I mean, with their loss this Sunday, yeah, technically, I guess they are out, but it doesn't matter.
No, they're mathematically
loss-
eliminated, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Houston was
Right.
No, no.
Look,
But-
it still
Look,
does
it's a
matter
big game.
because if they
Basically-
are eliminated,
Now they're
Yes.
just trying to.
It's
pee-
just
pee
for
in our
fun
Cheerios
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is
Right.
now. Is they're just gonna
And-
make it hard.
And it's a conference game that could hold us back, that could cost us a spot
Yeah.
in the playoffs.
Oh, for sure.
So we
yeah.
have to take this game seriously,
Oh,
just
yeah.
like we have to take the St. Louis game seriously, just like we have to take the Birmingham game seriously, right?
Yep.
We have to be focused here and we have to win out, right? So we have to play like every game is a playoff implication game. So what that means is that fans need to be in the stands. Fans need to be there to cheer the Brahmas on and be loud on defense, quiet on
That
offense.
code. Buy the
Use that
tickets.
code. That code that's up there, kind of way past my window here. That's up in Brian's window. Guys, make sure that you're taking advantage of this. A, you're going to be there supporting the team, but B, and more importantly, you're going to be donating to a very, very worthwhile cause. So scan that code. Heck, buy some tickets for your friends, your family, your neighbors, right? Let's make this, let's pack the dome. Like, that's
Yeah.
what we've been challenged to do by the team. They've been balling out for us. Now's our time to show our support for them. Let's pack the dome. Let's make it rowdy. Let's show the rest of the league what 40,000 fans is really supposed to sound like. You heard me say it, St.
Yes.
Louis. I said it. You know I did.
Yeah.
You're so funny.
So-
what's y'all takeaways from the game?
Well, can we talk about tailgate first? Because I mean, it
Yeah,
was
go ahead.
it was a little crazy at tailgate. I mean, we experienced.
That there were more of us in
How-
the parking lot.
Yeah, literally,
They
there
were
was
like
more
ye-
Brahma
they were like
fans
yelling-
than Roughneck.
They were trying to yell
Hey, you
like across
two.
the parking lot to scrounge
Come to
up
our
fans
picture.
just to make
For-
it look kind of even in the picture.
Yeah, there was not a lot. Like it was sadly empty. But
Did
again,
they come late or
it's
something?
Mother's Day. No, it's Mother's Day. Like prime time for Mother's Day when you're taking them for church, out to lunch.
I mean, they said it was what 6,000 in there, right? 8,000.
No way. I don't care what that
No.
thing says. There was no way. No way.
Dude, they're lucky if they hit 2. That I mean,
Now,
was that bad?
Chris, that's not true, Chris. That's not true. The Predator
Nah.
couple was there, 100%. Make sure give a shout out to them right there. They're friends,
Absolutely.
their
Thank
family. We
you
love those
for
guys.
the tailgate hospitality. They had some delicious
Yeah.
food going on, but regardless of how crazy the weather was like, oh, there it goes again. The weather was like on and off, raining for like 2 minutes and it stops and it's hot and humid. There was
Mhm.
still no sun during at least tailgating, but we were like grabbing umbrellas, being under canopies, and then 2 minutes later we're done again. So it was a lot of shifting
Yeah.
back and forth with the weather. But yes, thank you to the Predator couple, to Rig, for hosting us and allowing us to take over their little tailgate that they still had going on. Because originally I thought somebody had said it was canceled, but no, they showed up and they still hosted us. So thank you guys.
So they don't tailgate. They just do a little something here and there before the game.
No,
I
they
mean,
still tailgate. I mean, I
yeah,
think it would be
okay.
much bigger
They
if it wasn't
tailgate like
Mother's
us.
Day.
They tailgate like us.
I would hope. I mean, I can't even judge it because it's Mother's Day.
Mhm.
You
So
can't really
the-
judge it.
the
I mean,
spirit- they had the pop-ups, they had the grills, they had the coolers. It was the same. It just
Hold
it
up.
wasn't as,
Pause.
It wasn't as
Pause.
big
he said
as
pause.
what we did. So
Pause. Everybody, we caused so much hell because our game was on Easter, and they all complained.
I mean,
about-
that's true.
You
But
see,
this is
now,
Mother's
look,
Day.
no, that's not fair. That's not. It's a holiday.
I mean, I went. So
It's technically a holiday if you for the mothers, but still, we caused so much hell for it being Easter. and we still showed up.
don't get your ass whipped by your wife like after the show. All right, just
She don't watch it. She
let me
don't watch
tell
it
you,
on
yo.
good.
I'm gonna
She don't
text
watch
her
any
right now.
football.
I'm gonna message her. Be like, please watch at mark 9 minutes and listen to what he has to say.
First 10 minutes
don't
is all
watch
you
it.
need, you know.
She don't watch nothing with football. I'm good.
No, but I think that if maybe even just the weather alone, I mean, like it rained on us several times during the game, but I think they had a lot of factors against them anyways, and they're not doing so well. Like I even invited family because that lived in Houston, because I was really hoping that maybe they'll gain a fan out of me bringing family that lives there.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about this game. Like, I want to hear from you though, DJ, because it's always different. Like, we had amazing seats again.
Y'all watched it back though.
I've been.
So y'all
I
get
like
the same
very-
experience I get, just minus it being live.
I know, but like we did have some really good seats behind the guys. I mean, I think they were. I don't know if maybe the people that sit behind them were still as rowdy as just our little bunch was, because they kept looking back like, dang, like they were.
They not
Petey
used to
and
that.
Jason, they're not. They're not
They're
used
not.
to that energy from like the core ones, but they were joining in on the fun. They were cracking up at what these
Yeah.
guys were yelling out the stupidest things that they could think of. Even just the chants, they joined in on the chants and everything.
On
so
their offense, though, right?
Well, I think it was well, yeah, because defense was further down from us. It was mainly offense and special teams that were right in front of us.
So they don't know
Yeah.
football etiquette either, huh?
Well,
No, well, I mean, Houston fans, they were quiet while we were on offense and while we were
literally.
Oh my
so,
goodness.
Yeah, I don't
And-
think
and-
honestly, I felt sad because I don't think they picked up until they actually started. Then when they started beating us is when they finally started. But even then, there was no even their small defense chant was nothing compared to our little group.
There was nobody in there.
And I don't know whose bright idea it was or why they continue to do it, but yeah, just what Josh Clayton just said, them playing Bulls on Parade while we're on offense. Like who's
Oh my
the
God.
person that thought that was a good idea? I don't care if
They
it's a
might
song
don't
you play
know.
during all your games. You don't play that song when you're
Oh,
playing
they gotta know.
LeBron.
I mean,
They gotta know.
they have to know.
Like-
I mean, it's already been blasted. We are the Bulls on tour. That's what they've dubbed us. The team has dubbed us the Bulls on tour. So putting that on was funny. Jay having a hard time. Look at him. He's popping in. Poor
Yeah,
guy.
I don't know what's up with his feed.
Yeah, but
Man.
I want to hear from you, DJ. I mean, we were all there together, but I want to hear like, what were you seeing? Like, because we were seeing a whole lot of holds, a whole lot of missed calls.
I've seen the missed calls.
Like
holds.
even just like what is? I mean, you even heard the audio of them go, "We hate you, Blindino." Like
terrible.
literally from our side.
This is like
Yeah.
I can't even count on like how many times it happened so far, but man, those times where they actually review the play and the way that they explain it, it just don't make sense to me.
No,
Bro, a hold is
Yeah.
a hold. It doesn't matter which way he was running, bro, his arm was around his neck. That's a clear hold. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Dude, his arm
So-
was all the way around the defender, running in. Like he grabbed him, and they always say it when they're reviewing. He restricted him from getting where he wanted to go. That's the
I just don't
definition of a
understand.
hold.
I don't understand. This is the second week in a row we getting on the refs. Like it's
Well, and so,
ridiculous.
but it wasn't
man.
just a hold. It was the catch downfield. You know.
yeah.
They reviewed
Like
that,
even
and
you could even see Noak's face. Like Noakes was right there, and when he was
Yeah.
like, "What? Like what is like how?" I bet you his footage. If he would have been able to show his footage, it would have been a whole different story. But I just feel like, man, like you could like if you're really gonna pay attention, you could tell, you could see shadows. But Blandino was just like, "There's not enough footage. There's nothing to determine." Like, bro, that's your job. Figure it out.
You know,
Yeah.
it's crazy because, and I know y'all said like, how does it look from my angle or just like a regular viewer? But man, like you at the game, especially as close as we are, like you can't see, you know, like the opposite side of the field, what's going on over there,
Mhm.
right? But when you're watching on TV, you can see pretty much all of 22 before the ball is hiked, and then wide receivers run out the field, corners run out the field, safety, whatnot. But it just was a lot of stuff that I seen that I don't see at the game that I watch on TV. And I just be like, do I really see this at the game, or I just can't see everything? Like it was just so much stuff. Like the drop passes. I mean,
The interception.
the interception. Like
Was that the Noakes picture you were talking about?
That's the
Yeah,
Noakes
he right
picture
there.
where he's like, "Excuse me,
he
that was a
there.
catch."
And he got front row seats. Look, with the
I
pink
know.
little vest on.
But it was his face when they went like this. He was like, "What?" Like he was so surprised.
It's
Oh
just-
yeah. What about that safety? So even Brahma Babe asked me, she's like, "Do we not have safeties in the in UFL?" Like I'm so confused.
we do.
Yeah,
We
that
do.
was
That's a
100%
second
bad
miss.
call.
A
Yeah,
second missed opportunity with it.
Although-
that's for sure.
BD, didn't you
So
watch
I'm
it?
gonna
Have
I'm
something
gonna
to say
counter
about it?
that though. So I in the game I've thought for sure he ran into the pack, he backed out, ran back in the end zone, and that's where he tackled him. Watching the actual replay, he crossed, he got to about the 2-yard line, and then the defense pushed him back, and that's where he was tackled. So his forward progress, he actually broke the plane, he got out, and then he got pushed back in and tackled. So that
Whatever,
was a
Blindy,
good
now.
call. So
That's the second week.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
Yeah, 2
last
weeks in a
week was
row.
a lot closer. That was pretty iffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a very close call to have to make. So I'm going to err on the side of caution and say that it probably was the right call, even though, there were a lot of us that disagree with that call.
Mm-hmm.
For the mistakes that he has made and everything like that, there's a reason why he's in the position that he's in, because he has to make those tough calls. And even his expertise, sometimes he maybe doesn't always get it right, and he's not always going to have the popular opinion. But in this situation, it does sound like I have not gotten to that point yet on the replay. But it does sound like if the runner had made forward progress and was stopped and pushed back, then that's the right call. It stinks, but it's the right call. However, there were other calls, such as, the reception that was called out of bounds. Like, that was a blown call. And I'd much rather I'd much rather give up the safety and get the reception call that we should have gotten rather than the 2 points from the safety. Although it would have made it a much bigger spread, but it made it a much more comfortable lead for us. But who knows what would have happened if that would have been the case, right? Let's say we got that safety. Maybe, we would have taken the lead. We would have gotten a little bit sloppy and we would have lost the lead and maybe not been able to come back, right? Those are things to think about too. So I think overall, as much as it stinks and the calls were not exactly the greatest, I do think that everything worked out in our favor the way that it was supposed to, although we should have done better, right?
Yeah.
We should.
I know one damn thing. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. DJ.
What do y'all go?
Go ahead.
Rock, paper, scissors then.
Nah, I was gonna say I know one damn thing, man. These guys stressing me out though. they stressing me out. To the max.
Oh my god!
I can't even enjoy the games no more, man. They stressing me out though. I'm like, all right. My kids in the back, like, oh, we lost. I'm like, no, we didn't lose.
Always
it's not
time.
over.
It's always time.
Because they so used to NFL, so they like, oh, we can't come back. And then I was just like, man, this is like this year is stressful for me. I don't know about y'all. It's stressful for me.
Well, I mean, even being there, like the first quarter alone, just being there and it getting taken away from us 2 times in a row, like all those points that we left on the field, it was so frustrating.
Man.
And I bet it was just as frustrating for them because they had to come and sit right in front of us, and we're all like,
man.
Next time, this pick your heads up. Like, we had to be still encouraging.
What's that?
We were
3
all
red zone
frustrated.
trips in the field goal?
The first 3 drives were they were so good, like moving the ball down the field.
Clicking.
And yeah, like I mean, like Dormy looked good. He was completing passes. He had the good touch, and then
right,
fumbles inside the 10. That just it sucked and it just killed everything. But it was like after that third drive, I don't know if the defense picked up or what, but it just we weren't matching it, and Dormady was on his ass after that.
So I want to jump on this comment from Chris because apparently he was watching a bit of a different game than we were. Okay. The first quarter, for sure, Dormady was on fire. He was hitting Akers, and pretty much everything he threw to Akers was being caught. The running backs were churning and burning. They were getting positive yardage. We were doing good in the first quarter until we hit that leapfrog to try and go over the line, and we dropped the ball. Then we had a second.
Love it.
Right. We had a second trip to the end zone, and a receiver dropped the ball. I can't remember who it was right now.
Speedy.
There you go.
Speedy.
We had a second one. But that, again, is not on Dormady. Dormady didn't start having problems until after Akers got hit in the head towards the end of the second quarter and came out of the game and then started playing rough. Plus, Houston's defense came back with a different scheme and started playing against our strengths that were working for us, which was that run game, which was then opening up the pass game. Okay? Now, it was great that we had another quarterback that we could put in and count on him to get us where it needed. But it really was our defense that got that punt fumble that put us in the position to get that 50-yarder from Los Mustachio and put that game away.
Mustachio.
Dude,
I mean, the defense, they played a hell of a game the whole time.
They
Like
did.
really,
They played
I
a
think
hell of a
Houston
season so
only
far.
had one drive where they actually moved the ball. All the rest of their points came from our turnovers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they,
So I do want to talk about that because I think I read that it's going to be Hogan that's going to be starting the game for next week.
I don't know how I feel about this because yeah, he did good going into the back end of the game, but now the defense that we play, or Arlington defense, will kind of like know what they're getting now. You see what I'm saying? So they could kind of game plan for him. I think one of the things that I've seen so far this season is we missing a dual threat, like a good RPO type quarterback that can get them slants out fast with a good fake play action that can get the ball out fast on them slants and stuff, because we got fast receivers, but I just don't think we can with a good run game, a solid run game that can throw them off, and a good quarterback that can sling it like on the slants and the dig and stuff, and it can also take off. You see how the game changed when Hogan got in there because he can run.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Dormady not faking nobody with his little runs. They're gonna catch him. So we just need something like that. I think Chase was there. I seen his. I was pumped for him coming into the season because I was like, I know he could run. So I know we missed that a lot last year too. With a running quarterback, it's making our offense more versatile. So that's just what I see so far.
No, and 100% you're right, DJ. We need that option because our line is only going to be able to do so much. Our running backs only going to be able to make so many different jukes. We've got to have that threat of a mobile quarterback with the offensive line making those holes available for him, for the defense to actually respect our passing game. And it doesn't matter if it's Dormady or if it's Hogan or if it's Brett Favre. Like, if
not Brett Favre.
Well, in this case, I'm being nice to him. Normally, I call him Bert Favre, but I'm gonna be nice tonight.
I mean, what about the Ducci Ganucci, whatever his name is?
He's trying to buy a team.
Yeah,
man.
he's trying to buy and bring Seattle back. So
yeah,
I don't think he's an option.
Gucci's never going to be an option for San Antonio, although that would give us an interesting dynamic. Just his swagger alone, because
red zone been kicking out behind, man, these last few games. Getting in the red zone and converting has been kicking out behind. Every time we get to the 40+ territory, I'd be like, okay,
I'm already getting
let's get closer. Let me get to the 20+ territory. I'm like, are we in the red zone? Can we score?
Yes.
Nope.
I want to kind of go back to Chris's comment a little earlier. Losing the turnover battle but still winning. We said the same thing against Arlington. That's not a good It's good to happen one game, but it's becoming a pattern. We're turning the ball over and we're not getting the turnovers that we've kind of seen in the past. On the ride home yesterday, Jay and I were talking. We're like, how many interceptions has this team actually gotten this year? And I had to look it up. We've gotten two interceptions this year. One against
Garbers, right?
And one against Memphis. That's it. We've gotten a few fumbles, but we're not getting the turnovers from our defense. I mean, luckily our defense is holding them and letting them kick field goals, but we gotta, our offense really has to step up, especially these next 3 games. We were talking about it earlier. Like these next 3 games, we have to win. If we win the next 3, we're number 1 seed in the XFL conference. We got a home game in the playoffs. So we have to win these games. And we cannot rely on our defense put at a disadvantage with a big, 2-3 turnover margin.
Yeah.
So,
right. Yep. We one thing I've noticed that is different about our defense this year is that we don't have the ball hawks like we had last year. We don't have the backs.
Good one.
Second one, Chris.
Yeah. We don't have the backs that are able to make those interceptions like we used to. And I'm not saying that these guys can't. Those opportunities, just for whatever reason, are not necessarily presenting themselves. I don't want to make it sound like I'm trying to bash on our defense in any way, shape, or form. Those opportunities just haven't been there, and I don't really know why. But I really think if we had those opportunities, if we had more interceptions, if we had more takeaways, on defense, this would be a little bit different of a conversation right now, because we would have more opportunities for our offense to try different things rather than what they think is the tried and true, that it's going to, the same 3 or 4 plays to try and get into the end zone, right? Maybe we can try some crazy stuff. Maybe we can let the quarterback make some more reads and turn them loose a little bit more, and then give us more, opportunities to get into the end zone if we know that we don't have to fear their offense. But right now, without having that key element there, we've got to, Jorge talks about it all the time, the whole bend but don't break defense thing that we've got going on. That's part of it, right? We've got to try and hold them to the short yardage, because we don't know what's going to happen. We can cover them deep, but we know we're not going to get the ball, right? So we force them to take the short stuff and just try and keep them contained.
Man, they get cooked.
Yeah.
Our corner's getting cooked, man. So, yeah.
So I just
looked
looked it up.
got like one interception? One interception, right?
For the season, we've gotten 6 fumble recoveries, 2 interceptions. 2 interceptions.
One against
So
DC, and then I know one
against DC and one against Michigan. So, that's 8 takeaways we've gotten. We've turned it over 13 times.
Yeah.
It technically would have been
in one game.
It would have been 3 if they would have counted the other one on Hogan.
Yeah. Yeah, the one, I mean, that was, he barely stepped out. That was
he
very,
barely.
very close.
It was super, and that was right in front of us too. We're like, what?
Yeah.
Not again. We suck again.
Yeah, we're -5 in turnovers for the year.
That's not good, man.
For us to be, 5-2 with that is amazing. And I mean, that's our defense, getting stops, but not getting turnovers.
So,
Right.
Well, even
I guess the rest of the year they're gonna have to step up, and so is our offense.
Yeah. And I get the whole point about not making the turnovers, but even some of the best quarterbacks have thrown turnovers, right?
Your man Brett Favre, yeah.
Bert Favre was notorious.
He was notorious for throwing picks.
Aaron Rodgers at one point threw more picks than he did touchdowns. Now he turned it around, right? But there was one season where he had thrown more picks in the first 4 games than he did touchdowns. And it was like, what? You're a Hall of Fame quarterback. What the heck are you doing? Right? So quarterbacks are going to make mistakes, especially at this level, as they're trying to sharpen their skills and get better. We need to make sure that on offense, that our receivers are actually catching the balls that are thrown to them and not dropping them when they're trying to hurdle over 5 or 6 players. Like, that can't happen ever again. Get some stick 'em, put some super glue on your hands. I don't care what it takes. Do not drop the ball. Fall on your head. Do not drop the ball. That's a simple thing, right?
Chris was talking about what we talked about last week.
What happened?
No, I was saying Chris made a good point. We were just talking about that last week. We need a good return game. We don't have a good return game.
Well, but as long as we've got a quarterback that can make those completions and the receiver's not dropping them,
that's true.
The return game is nice. Don't get me wrong. It makes it a lot easier for our offense to work. But as long as we've got an offense that we can count on, the return game, as long as they're getting it out to the 35-40, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
We can't have everything. So,
as long as we're not like backed up inside our 20, I'm okay with it. So,
yeah.
Well, heck, we even got backed up this game and still managed to make it out, right? Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean,
and then
between
Cadillac conversion too.
Between Marlon and you two, like the things that were being thrown out to the Roughnecks during the game.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jackie.
Hilarious. Oh, I can tell you.
How are y'all putting it out if y'all was on the Brahma side? Like, how would they?
It was so quiet. You could talk as much trash as you wanted,
bro.
It was so quiet.
DJ, you would have to come over to our side to see just how loud Brian and I actually are.
So just kind of, Jay and I, when we walk into a stadium, we have our thing.
Oh my God! From the top, we heard
we have
them.
our flag.
Brahma 1 and Brahma 2 walking in. Oh, from all the way to the top, I can see. I'm like, oh my God, these two.
Well, so Jason started the wrong chant. Our walk-in chant is, Here
Here we go,
Brahmas.
Brahmas. Here we go.
Yo, so yeah, he started Olay.
You did the
and
wrong
guys
one?
I'm like, no, that's the wrong chant. Let's get it right. But we're on the like caddy corner, opposite side of the stadium from where we're sitting, and everyone
way.
was like, "We heard y'all as soon as y'all walked into the stadium."
No way.
We all made their
It can't
every
be
little
no way,
group.
man.
Yes, and then it kind of echoes in there because it's like it's a dome shape and it echoes. But like the things that these two were saying were like, I remember when I got my first down, like stupid stuff like that. I remember when I got into the end zone.
Bro,
They
there's
were
no
calling-
way where y'all was
Random-
at. They can hear y'all on the other
I
side.
promise you,
Yes, they could.
No,
Yes,
on
they
the
could.
Oh my
field, they
God.
could absolutely hear because they were cracking up. The team, like the guys were cracking up in front of us. So yeah, it's just so funny. Like
What was y'all best
everyone's
joke?
little.
What was y'all best joke?
Oh man.
You remember?
I don't know.
I remember. I think one of the ones that we said was, I remember when I dropped an important pass for my quarterback. And then I remember when I cost my team the game. We didn't say that. We didn't say that this time, but I know
Look
Brian
at-
said
Oh,
that
you
one
did.
before.
I heard Marlon yell that one out. It's just the most random things that they say, but it's like, man, that hurt my feelings.
And the team was laughing.
The boy,
Oh, the team was cracking up. The
they
team
were
loved it.
cracking up. That's how I'm telling you, like they were quiet.
Bro, y'all was
I
super
mean, that's
close.
why. Yeah, well, yeah, we were like they were right in front of us,
Yeah.
but it was quiet. Like their fans were not lit at all. Like, yeah,
Wow, Houston, a letdown. What a letdown.
it was.
Oh,
I mean,
that pregame show was the most boring little pregame unhyped thing I've ever been to. You know,
even Noak said that. He said, "I've never been around where it's like." There is no pre-gaming here. Like they're so quiet. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
even security was laughing too. Like on our side, they became our friends. We taught them how to do horns 4. They were taking pictures with us. Like
y'all
they
was not.
literally said, "Y'all have been the best fans we've ever been around because nobody comes out like this. Nobody's rowdy like this."
I was about to say something, but go ahead, Jay.
I was gonna say it didn't help that guy that was with our group was calling that one guy top flight.
That is security.
Top flight security, Craig.
No, he was in a freaking wheelchair.
Oh my goodness, they had
And,
security in the wheelchair.
and my man
Yes!
was hyping him up. He was talking to some of the other guards, and he was like, "Guaranteed, you put my man out there and have somebody mess up on the other side of the field, he'll be there before you even get the thought to start running that way."
He'll roll himself that way.
Yep.
So-
They were all cool though.
So a few teams have witnessed like below 500 or whatever, like a record like how ours was last year. But one thing for sure, man, we showed up. Even though we was losing games, we still showed up. Like
Yeah.
to the dome, and like we still was loud, still tailgating. Like
Yeah.
I don't see that with other fans. That's
Well,
crazy.
And so that's funny that you mentioned that, right? Because we've all got our own different takes on who's kind of closest to our fan base, who's got the same vibe and everything like that. Jorge believes that it's DC. I would say
They
it's
don't even have a
mix somewhere.
tailgate spot. They just got bars.
But the way that they do it though, it's very
Right.
So what is this? What
it's
is this
very
including?
unified.
Houston's
Wait, you talk about-
was
Go ahead.
Like in total, and like you were saying that ours matches DC the closest. Like what is the criteria? I guess.
I would say just the general vibe, the closeness of the fans, and that would be something that Jorge would have to answer himself. I don't want to speak for him. I don't know that the DC fans have the same vibe necessarily that we do. I think
That's
they're
what
a
we were
solid
calling
fan
it.
base.
No tailgate, bargate.
Yes. I think that the beer snake thing is very unique, but it's also very cliquish, right? It's
Mhm.
they'll let people, like they would let Jorge in, they'd probably let Captain Brahma in. They may even let me and BD in. But some of our other fans,
they won't let any opposing fans in.
well,
That-
they might if we coordinated it, but it would have to be very specific people because that is their thing and they don't want to share that with anybody. Whereas us, I mean, we're pretty much open to everybody. Our tailgates are open. Our bars are open.
Mhm.
Sometimes we even leave our end zones open for the other team to get into.
You better stop.
But
Well, not last game.
we are a very loving, gracious, just friendly group
Mhm.
until it's football time, right? And even
Until we
then,
get inside.
yeah, and even then, we're directing all of that venom and that hate and that vile, just evilness towards the team. We're not even shooting it at the fans, right? So you would never see, and if any of you see any San Antonio fan doing this, call them out on it, man, because we are not about that. But you would never see us leaving a game upset, flipping off an opposing fan. We don't do stuff like that.
Unless you're Arlington, because they did that to me.
Right.
No, we don't do that to nobody. We don't do that to nobody. We don't do that to nobody.
Even then, we would not do that back because we're better than that.
Yeah,
There
I
you
just
go.
told
Found out
them I hope they
Stevie-
miss traffic. That's all I
Right.
told them.
Houston
Beat the
fans,
traffic, guys.
Houston fans in that regard are much closer to us, but their tailgating, while it was similar, it was spread out. You had Houston fans kind of all over the place. So you guys know how I disappear in the tailgate and go talk to everybody, right? I had to do that to make any kind of connection with any of their 250
Yeah.
fans they had there. You know? And there isn't a single team out there that has that same vibe that we do.
Mm-mm.
There's elements of it out there, yes. I would say the closest would have been St. Louis's fan base last year. I don't know what it's like this year because I haven't been this year, but St. Louis's last year was probably the closest that we've ever come to it. Okay, and
I think Memphis is really close too. Like, I mean, they were so.
But they also
you're right. You're right.
They,
Memphis
they
would've been-
like invited us in and were gracious and awesome hosts. So
Yeah,
and I think
that's fair.
and
Oh yeah,
the Banditos.
Marlon's
too.
right too. Yeah, the Banditos, they have a good tailgate too. It was fun. It wasn't a whole lot. It was just them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the Banditos
So-
obviously they welcomed us in, treated us right, and so I mean them, Memphis. I think because we talked to a bunch of different tailgate groups in Memphis, and they were all kind of like that. So I think Memphis was pretty close to kind of the vibe that we have of just open to everybody, one league, kind of one big fan base, and we're all friends until it's time to kick off.
So we have 4, right? 4 home games so far, right? Which one y'all? Wait, 4 away games. I'm sorry. Right, so far?
Yeah.
Because we got Battlehawks
We got
last.
one
Right?
more left.
So out of the 4, which one y'all like the best?
DC was probably my favorite.
I'm going to say Memphis.
Because that's when Touchdown Jesus appeared.
Exactly, and that's where
Exactly.
and that's where.
Look, and everybody touched Touchdown Jesus, and we pulled through.
But that's
Even
also,
at the last 10 seconds again.
That's also
Oh,
where
my-
we solidified our legitimacy, right? It was 8 versus 8,000. We took them on, and we came out victorious. DC was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, right? But I mean, it was, and you could hear us on TV in DC and everything. But you could clearly hear us on TV in Memphis. You knew that we were there. We came, we saw, we conquered in Memphis. DC, we came, we saw, kind of came up a little short, right?
Yeah.
But they knew we were there. They knew we were
they
there.
100% knew we were there. There's no denying that at all. But, but I say Memphis because that's what started the Memphis 8. That's where Touchdown Jesus appeared. That's where everything happened to kind of solidify our legacy here.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
The
gonna
Bulls-
say
the Bulls
Memphis
on
too.
tour.
I'm really looking forward to the St. Louis game. So
well, and you didn't go to DC, so
I
you
didn't go
really
to
can't say anything about DC anyways.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, like, not trying to be mean, but
Ooh.
I don't think you would have had as much fun in DC. But sorry, I've got to adjust my mobile studio here.
Mobile studio.
Hey man, when you've got the next generation, when you've got the next
I
generation of
cannot.
women soccer stars that you've got to take to practice on Mondays and Wednesdays, you make do with what you got, okay? So
I mean,
if at
So-
least it was just his phone falling down and like not himself. So
Bro,
like our other person that fell on.
I do want to show this video though. I think this is when we did. This might have been the conversion, but this is just to show you how close we were. Look, when I talk about group tickets, I am the expert seat picker for group tickets. I have not let us down any away game. Have I, guys?
Dude,
Like,
period.
we have been on
Nah,
the
y'all been in good
field
seats.
behind our guys. Like, we have been up and center in front. They know we're there. Even who came, like, we had several of them come down even more this time.
Oh, how did it look after the game? Like, what did the players do? Did they come over?
Oh, yeah, some of them did.
Yeah, not as many as you would think, especially after a win.
Yeah. But I'm going to show y'all this. It might be a little loud, so sorry.
Oh, you can't hear nothing.
no, there's no sound.
Oh,
on
well,
it.
good.
Yeah, it's
But that was the hit.
just kidding.
Well, boo. But that was, I think that was the one to love it.
I think that was the 3-point conversion.
The 3-point conversion, yeah.
Yeah.
But wasn't that with Latimer?
Yeah, it was Latimer.
I
caught
think that was
one.
Latimer. Yeah, Latimer with the 3
Yeah.
Yeah, Lovett ran it in for a touchdown, and then
Ran it in,
Latimer
yeah.
caught the.
That's
3-point.
right. But yes, we had some of the guys like Kirkland, Lante. Lovett swung by really quickly.
Santoso.
Santoso.
Quentin Dormady.
No, Dormady did not cut
Oh, he
it.
went off.
Did he walk
should
off
have
with
said
Kerwin?
that. Oh, Lord.
Bro,
Let's not go there.
No.
bro.
Nah,
Walk
we
off coach.
it's jokes. I'm on my Tom Brady roast mode, you know what I'm
Oh, my God. F you, Tom Brady.
Oh, that was so fun.
I mean, I want
she
to say
said
that to a
Beckett.
few.
He said Beckett. Oh, Ellison,
Now-
y'all ain't see Morgan Ellison?
There
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
there was one person specifically that came down just to talk to us. Jackie, you want to tell
Right.
him about that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there
don't-
was a couple. You talk about it.
Let's
So,
all
well,
spill the
when-
beans.
Let's
As
all
we-
spill
as
the
we're-
beans.
As
All
we were starting
together.
to kind of walk away, we were one of the last ones there, and then Coach Reed ran over. He's like, "Hey!" And we're kind of turning around. He's like, "No, I want to shake y'all's hand. So we went back down
Yeah.
there. He's like, "Man, thank you guys. I could hear you from the booth. Y'all made it sound like a home game. Just really appreciate you guys coming out." And wanted to get a picture with us and stuff. So that was
The
Coach
GM?
Reed, right?
Yeah, Coach Reed.
yeah.
The GM swung by too at the beginning of the game and at the end of the game.
That's the ball head dude, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ball head dude.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
him from the destroying video. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
came at the beginning and thanked us all, and at the end too to thank us all. Yeah, but it
So
was.
I mean, they're really cool. Like they could hear us. They could hear us in the booth. That's fantastic.
We got to get AJ, man. That's all I want. I want a picture with AJ.
You know what? The look on his face though, like
I've
when
been
we were
pissed,
on
Man,
defense,
he's pissed.
he was when I mean like when we were chanting on defense. I get like I said because I don't think they've ever heard it that prominent. Like even with home games, that whoever's sitting behind them, they're not like us. So even he was just like. He just kept looking like he didn't know what to think. Like I think it threw him off too, but because he was serious anyways. But he looks like a very serious introvert.
Yeah, AJ.
Like you ain't gonna get an autograph or a picture with him.
Yeah.
And then in that last game, it wasn't even really the play calling. It's just the execution, man. It's just execution.
Well,
I didn't think it was as bad as when we played DC.
yeah.
But
AJ was also frustrated because of the communications. Also, if you go back. and
Oh
watch-
yeah, it was off.
Right. The part that we didn't see because we were there live, there was issues with the radios. That was why one of the plays got messed up is because the players couldn't hear what play was supposed to be called. AJ was mad, like just.
Oh, he's
fuming.
pissed. He said that he's like, oh, it hasn't been good all year. It's not it's not as good as what we had last year. So yeah, he was kind of like like shaking almost, like he was so pissed off about it.
Yeah, and that concerns me because why is the equipment different this year than it was last year? Right?
Mhm.
Our XFL stuff works perfectly fine. Why did we get rid of it? Right?
Oh, because they wanted to make sure they got the drone going.
Probably.
They
And
wanted to make sure the
that
drone was taken care of.
That drone almost cost a touchdown because it almost slammed into a player's head as he was trying to break the plane. That happened.
They must. Oh, you know what?
I was in
Because
the
last season, last USFL season, the drone was loud. Now you notice the drone ain't loud this season, so they spent money on the quiet drone. That's what it was.
A quiet drone.
So then they had to go with the Radio Shack radios. See, kids, there used to be this store called Radio Shack where you could buy.
I know who Radio
Wait.
Shack is.
You're not gonna believe this. I used to be a store manager at Radio Shack.
What?
Oh,
Probably Blockbuster too.
I mean, I used to shop at Blockbuster. I used to go there, but yeah, Ingram Mall, baby, Ingram Mall.
Oh man. Oh, so what's y'all Arlington predictions?
Oh, come on.
I think it's good. I mean, we're gonna win, but I don't.
mean, we got
I
an
think it's gonna. I think it's going to be it'll be a tough game. I think they're still gonna come out swinging.
you think it's going to be a win by more or less than the last game, which we won the last one by 10 points?
Oh, I think it'll probably be close. Something very similar, maybe. I think we'll still be like kind of how we were for this game, where it's like back and forth, but we'll still pull it out in the end.
Yeah. I think if Hogan gets the start and he shows up with that glorious mustache, because it seems to be the power is in that mustache.
Apparently,
that we got this one in the bag. So
Stash 1, stash 2.
Yep. But
I won't get my predictions until I see what we looking like in the red zone the first 3 drives, and then I'll let you know. Because if I know we capitalizing on those red zone trips, then I'll be like, all right, yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
DJ's going to give us his prediction this week on the next show.
exactly.
I predicted in my head right.
Yeah,
we came out hot
that's what I
last
thought.
game, right?
That's what I thought.
We came out hot last game against Arlington.
Can you put sunglasses on in a situation like that where you didn't give your prediction until after the game was over?
No, that don't count.
You got to put them on
Because
the
he
back
can't
of
say
your
I
head
told you so.
because you're looking backwards.
I ain't gonna wear them anyway.
So, I told you so, but I just didn't tell you up front.
So
That is very true.
So,
But you know what?
It's going to be tough. It is a must-win game for us. Every game from here on out, like we said at the beginning of the show, is a must-win game. We have got to do better on our red zone offense, and we've got to do better on our defense. We got to get some picks. We got to get some turnovers, right?
Yeah.
We had a couple of opportunities this last game, and one of which was like, that should have been called. But the point with that is that we've got to be firing on all cylinders if we're going to run the table here, right? And we have to, because we have to get home field advantage, because our biggest contender is going to be St. Louis. And 2 times we played them, 2 times we've come up short. And so we've got to figure out how to get their number at home, whoop them, bring them back to San Antonio, and set the record straight.
Yeah.
So
they had what 15,000 at the Choctaw?
no.
That wasn't them.
No.
Oh,
Hell no.
I mean, they
Oh,
reported,
shoot.
they reported 10, but like I said, it was only 10 if you count the people walking away from the Rangers game that went past
So
the stadium.
I thought last year we counted in-person attendance, not ticket sale attendance. Well, now
it is
this
tickets
year
distributed.
tickets distributed, so it don't matter who's in the stadium. They just
I don't
count
think that. Yeah, they don't get that type of official like metrics that quickly. Because you have to think about it. There's people that come during like may have came second quarter, maybe came after their Mother's Day lunch. So I don't think they even get those numbers that quickly. I think it is going to be based off of distributed.
Right, but it is kind of deceptive And I saw it on,
Yeah.
on a Facebook post somewhere how they're reporting 8,000-10,000 at these games, and you look at the feed from the games, and there's like 3,000-4,000. It makes it look like they're cooking numbers, and it's a bad look. So
I mean, yeah, we can attest because we've literally been to every game. We've seen the stadiums. There's just no
Yeah.
way. Like, there's no way at all.
yeah.
I mean, and then
So-
plus, a lot of us did, take advantage of the 4 free tickets. So we were all pulling our tickets too, and even passing them on to like the Houston fans to try to help them get more fans, even though they'd probably be sitting on the Brahma side. We were trying to help them out also, just to fill up the rig.
I mean,
Well-
it wouldn't even matter where they were sitting at because them was like people was checking tickets and it was packed in there or something. That was like-
No,
I
literally, it happened. Vanessa literally went through security, my best friend, and they didn't even check her ticket. She just walked right past them, and I was like,
Oh my
I had the
goodness.
tickets. I was like, how'd you get over there? I haven't even scanned the ticket yet.
yeah.
It looked
Well,
bad.
the tickets that I got that I gave to the Houston fans, I specifically made sure I got tickets on their side, good seats on their side to make sure that they showed up, and I don't think they did. And they were 50-yard line tickets, so I mean, you can't. It's almost like you can't even give tickets away to the teams that are suffering, because
I mean, I did. I hope that my aunt and her friend had a great time sitting on the Brahma side with Brahma t-shirts on. But my hope was that like the family and friends that I invited that did take up the tickets, that they see how much fun it was and maybe go to a game outside of it being us, and her go to like a Roughnecks game just for fun, because it is fun. So I mean, they said they had an amazing time. They were flipping out at the energy that we all had. They're like, we don't even know how you do it for the entire game.
Let alone
guess
a
what?
year. Shit.
and
I
we're
know,
certified
every week.
every
yeah.
single week, man.
Every week. I'm not gonna lie, I'm exhausted. Like, the traveling has been very exhausting. Like, I'm thankful that we have 2 weeks at home, because
I'm
mean,
ready to go again.
it was even funny because when we left, we all left at different times yesterday, and somehow we ended up at the same gas station.
What the?
And that's 'cause, yeah, it was so random. Like, we passed up Buc-ee's and we went to some random Circle K off the side of the road. And I get out and here comes ICJ. I'm like, what in the world? Like, this is crazy.
Brahmas fans thinks alike, huh?
Apparently, it's Touchdown Jesus still working miracles, making sure we were all safe.
Yep.
I mean, but
Yeah.
we should talk about tailgating for this coming week. We're super excited and happy that, if you remember from was he championship? Well, no, yeah, it was championship game. Orlando's Barbecue came out and sponsored and served us food,
Oh, he back?
and he's back for Arlington game. It's also like a slash again for Jorge's birthday. So Orlando's coming out. He's going to be serving it up again. So please hit up our tailgate, so you can take part in his delicious barbecue. We'll have sides and stuff as well, but we'll still be in our corner. What you got, Jay?
What lot is that going to be in?
Lot
C.
C in our where have you been at? Every game except for one.
Yep.
Yeah. I know there's other options, but we are sticking to home. We're staying in our lot. You'll find us in our same corner, serving up the barbecue, having the TV on, playing the music.
Hopefully, the
And hanging
game
out.
that plays before ours will be on.
Look, I will do my best, okay? We're running Wi-Fi off my phone. Beggars can't be choosers. I try. This is the first time. Maybe next year we'll do
What we
better.
watching
Last year's
game? Like,
So you can remember how bad we lost, and so we can remember it.
that's true.
But,
I hope they still got them odds up around the locker room, man. They got to post them odds up. All them odds that
hope
they had
so.
us, the power rankings they had us before the season.
Yes, they slept on us.
Post them odds. Post them odds.
Look, he
Post
got his.
them
Look,
Because I'm cashing this one in, boy.
hey, keep it going.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
But
hey, when we
I'll
win that championship game, make sure you guys are available to go with us to Vegas because we're partying like
Like
Party
we
like
just won the
champions.
championship.
Yeah,
Partying
Well,
like
no, but-
champions.
we're gonna party like 1980s Rockstar,
1985.
Rockstar on a budget.
Rock
But we
star
don't
budget. We staying
Yeah.
on the
Ball
old side
on
of
a
the
budget.
strip, not the good side.
Yep.
We're staying at Circus
Hey,
Circus.
you know what,
The cheap.
dude? Old Vegas, Old Strip is a lot of fun. That's where I go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Old Town, yeah.
work stuff, that's where it's at, man. It's a lot
Oh,
of
you
fun.
be
down there,
zip lining?
so.
He be ziplining.
You zip
No,
lining?
I
Can you
did,
see
but I
me?
did.
Can you see him?
I did see it. It looked like a
Ziplining.
lot of fun.
Well,
I-
on the zip
I-
line,
man,
we
live a
did
little,
one at
live a
the
little.
time, so Brian couldn't do it.
I got to see what the
Oh,
weight
Lord.
limit is on it though. So I'm gonna jump off. And I'm gonna like run on the ground and then try and jump back up.
Oh Lord. He's gonna stop halfway through. Someone's gonna have to push him.
Push him.
Like they're gonna have to.
Push him with a
Another
Someone
sword.
did
zip
that when I-
liners
when
and-
I was there. Someone got stuck. Like
Oh,
almost
man.
like three
Oh, my
quarters of the way
gosh.
down, they stopped going.
Mm.
But yeah,
Nice.
one of the guys on the other side had to hook up his harness and like roll out and bring him and drag him in.
Well,
BD not gonna walk up and they're just gonna be like, nope, keep going, keep going.
so I got a couple more announcements. One of them being this is not gonna be posted because I'm not dealing with all of that. But if you want to go to the last away game, please message me because I am handling the group tickets. As far as your travel and where you stay, you're on your own. But if you want to sit with us at the St. Louis game, please reach out to me. Reach out to the Horns Forward Podcast message or message me directly.
Quickly.
That way, yes, quickly. We are locking these in this week. Like by the end of the week, we're gonna have the tickets, at least game day tickets for it. So I've already got 6 so far of us. So there's 6 of us going so far. So if anybody else wants to join, I know we've had some new people that have joined us in Houston, and the word is getting out about how much fun the Bulls on Tour crew is.
Is it Bulls on
it's-
Parade or Bulls on Tour?
Bulls on Tour. That's what they've been putting in. Bulls on Tour.
Bulls on tour.
I saw Bulls on Parade, but I'm gonna be quiet.
That was initial. They initially put that, but it's been Bulls on Tour since Arlington. They
So why don't we
posted
like
that.
Bulls on Parade?
Because there's a song. I think it might be a copyright thing. Maybe.
Oh, got you. Makes
We
sense.
don't know, but they changed it. So yeah, we're Bulls on Tour. So that's my first one. If you're going to St. Louis or you want to sit with us, let me know because tickets are kind of pricey and they're very scarce. So if we're gonna sit as a group, then definitely
These
hit
people
me
have to
up.
be filling up.
Yeah. So second one is unofficial official. I'm only dropping nuggets because we can't particularly say too much yet, but
So officially unofficial.
officially unofficial, yeah. Because you'll probably hear more tomorrow from the actual Brahmas themselves, but I heard from a little birdie that we are going to have
A little Bodie. A little
A
Bodie.
little Bodie. We are going to be having a pep rally. We're going to have a pep rally this weekend, guys. I know we've all been we missed the whole connection with our players and stuff, but Brahmas I-35 Renegades Rivalry Rally is in the works. It's going to be this weekend.
That's the name of it?
That is the name of it.
That's
yeah,
dope.
it's long. It's long, but it is dope. So the hat will be present. We will have players from what I've heard. I heard there may be a few wrestlers there. But I can just tell you it's going to be on Saturday, and look out for everything from the actual Brahmas side on the pep rally. They'll be posting and announcing more tomorrow, but just
Is Jade
prepare.
Cargill gonna be there?
I'm not saying anything.
Do you know
You
who
need to
Jade Cargill is?
I don't know, but I'm not saying anything. Who's going to be there?
Jade
Now
Cargill.
lie. You said Jay's.
Jade Cargill. Jade is finally wrestling.
There might be
He-
some people there that might or might not be famous. You'll have to wait till tomorrow to find out more.
Not The Rock, but The Sloth. That's your
Oh.
name? Wrestling name?
What in the world? So yeah, you guys, pep rally this coming Saturday. You didn't hear it from us. So yeah, just look out for stuff for tomorrow and prepared so we can all hang out, because it's definitely going to include our homies, the Banditos, because it's round 2 on who's taking home or keeping this beautiful
That's
Battle
who.
of the
That's who it
35.
should be. Except for
stay
daggone
home.
Houston. Houston USFL now. We don't mess with them no more.
No, we don't mess with them no more.
So it's really
So
us two. It's really them two.
yep, we're gonna see who takes it home. But you guys don't forget, friends and families, invite them. There's our QR code for this week. It is supporting the Down Syndrome Association of South Texas. $5 goes towards every ticket purchase. $5 goes towards the foundation. So buy those extra tickets there. Let's support them, and it's for a great cause.
And I
You
think
guys got
there's
anything
also on our list also the for any fans that are coming from out of town
Oh
for
yeah,
the game.
thank you. Okay, so out of towners, let me pull it up. They the Brahmas have been really great in making sure we're taking care of our fans that are going. I mean, because we want them to travel. Now that they see that we are traveling, they do have a special with residents in downtown Market Square. So call and let them know you're coming down for the Brahmas game so you can take advantage of the special. They are going to have shuttle service too from to the Alamo Dome and back. So scan it here. That way you can take advantage of it. I'm going to send it out to my Banditos friends, and then we'll also put it on the page. That way you can share it for anybody else that's traveling in for this game too. So it doesn't have to just be Arlington friends. Maybe you have family that's coming in we can bring to the game. But scan it. Residents in downtown Market Square. Thank you for the reminder.
So many resources.
For real, we're coming together.
Yep.
It's coming together. So, what else you guys got?
I think at this point, pretty much don't have anything else. But definitely make sure that when the information comes out tomorrow, that you're making plans to come to the tailgate or to the pep rally. Make sure you come and find us at the tailgate, because obviously that Orlando's barbecue is delicious. You don't want to miss out on that. And make sure make sure you're telling your friends and your family about the QR code that's up by Brian's head right there. Get in on these tickets. Get in on this game. It's Arlington. They're gonna be, you don't want to count them out, right? Just because they're out of the playoffs does not mean that they're not looking to try and destroy our chances at the playoffs. So they're going to come in swinging too. This is not going to be an easy game, right? So it's going to be good football. As Moose said at the town hall, give them one game. If you have not been to a game yet, give them one game. I know I'm buying up tickets from friends and giving them to people to be there. Okay, do the same. Buy some of these tickets, right? Make sure that the money that you're spending this weekend is going to help out a good cause. Get your friends and family there. Give tickets away. You don't even have to buy the best seats in the house. Just buy some seats, because there really aren't that many bad seats in the Alamo Dome. Okay?
No.
So let's do our part. Let's pack the dome. Let's show our support for a worthwhile cause and an incredible team. And let's show Arlington that we're nice until it's time for football. Okay?
Period.
Okay. Period.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then be ready for Birmingham. So that's all.
I'll be ready.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we know how we end it. Horns forward. See
Let's
y'all
go.
weekend.
Let's go.